What's up, everybody? This is Dave with a follow-up to the native instrument situation that I talked about earlier this week. Since last we talked, CEO Nick Williams has released an official statement, and I'll have a link to this down below, and basically says, everybody just, take a breath. We're not going anywhere, and things are still on sale. You can still download things, and we still got things in development, and we're still giving out contact licenses, and essentially calling this a restructuring situation. And on one hand, it's great to hear from him because the internet has completely exploded on the news of this. It's all over socials. It's all over Reddit. Twitter, even over on Threads. Deadmau5 producer, and composers come out and said, hey, if things go sideways, maybe think about giving some of the NI IP back to artists, but with less private equity fluff. And so I wanted to follow up on a couple of the comments, the first being agreeing with everybody who says I'm not a legal expert. I am not a legal expert, nor am I a banker or a financier. I am a composer just reacting to this news that affects the tools that I use on a daily basis. But also understanding how the situation playing out, insolvency over in Germany, how it's different than it would play out over here in the US. Because I'm going to be honest, private equity and insolvency, or bankruptcy, Chapter 11, that's generally a death sentence here for companies in the US. I mean, see also Sears and Sports Authority, Toys R Us, Red Lobster. When private equity shows up, that's generally a company circling the drain, but that might not be the case over in Germany. This could be a genuine restructuring. And hear me, I would love nothing more than for the company whose software and hardware I've been using since 2002 stick around. I am pulling for them. But this has me and every single composer I know pretty shook. I think it's worth talking about, and I think it's worth being kind of realistic while also not panicking. So I'm not trying to start a panic. I'm not trying to farm YouTube clicks or anything like that. I am just taking a realistic look at the situation and contemplating what that would mean for me, and by extension, you, if you are also a composer who uses these tools. So is this all just corporate restructuring, business as usual, nothing to see here, folks? Or is this another company who's going to get sold off for parts? Either way, I'm paying attention to this story, and if more details of this story come out, then we'll need to talk about it. But what about you? How are you feeling about this situation? Are you feeling more Chicken Little or more Nostradamus?